uh, both really, really awesome people who have contributed and continue to contribute and build great outcomes inside the hyper ecosystem. That's without a doubt. An example of which is Hyperpay, right? It is the custody solution for billions of dollars of assets in this industry. We've, through this custody solution, secure many, many exchanges' assets because, an exchange, when they go beyond 30, 40 assets that they secure themselves, they really need they really need a third-party solution to deal with additional assets because it involves, multiple layer one chains and many other, technical updates that happen to these layer one chains that, these exchanges need to individually keep up with. So, mid-tier exchanges rely on our solution to secure, the more exotic assets. The assets that aren't mainstream, but hopefully will be mainstream one day. So as a bedrock of this industry, we've done a lot of things, but again, we can't be the ones. I guess just because we're driving many things in this space, we're not the ones that are securing all the assets on such exchanges. So, who unfortunately is another victim of just mismanagement, and we've seen this time and time again. Exchanges that lack the regulatory or the compliance culture that is expected will tend to have an issue. And I say this time and time again: if it's not in your own wallet and you don't hold on to the private keys, then it isn't your asset. So many of you I know here understand that we were one of the earliest investors in Binance. We invested back in 2017. Now, I'm a great advocate for the great work that they have done in this industry. But even I would not leave my assets on Binance, because when you leave it on these exchanges, they're not your assets. Excuse me. We've seen this happen with FTX as well, as an example. The ability for them to commingle assets and to spend customer funds in corporate decisions that have no relationship to the customers is a huge risk. And that's why I've always been advocating that this industry needs more regulation before it can get larger, because the reason why you could really trust the money you have in a bank is because these financial institutions are backed not only by the insurance companies, but also the structures and the checks and balances ensure that at minimum a certain balance is protected per customer. So this industry lacks a lot of checks and balances. And, I think one of the major checks and balances in this space is just the inability for me to identify the issues that have happened in Hyper on the affiliate marketing side until it was, I guess, a little bit too late. But the thing is, I needed to let this process play out because, unfortunately, that's what happens when you trust business partners that have been with you for so long. If I don't give them sufficient time to rectify everything with the community, then I'm not giving everyone a fair chance at receiving the outcome that they deserve. So, I've been very patient. Unfortunately, the patience hasn't paid off, and the issues that we're facing here is still outstanding. So, it's a tough decision, because I realize the amount of information I'm able to gather from just observing the community isn't going to be the same amount of information I'll be able to gather from, discussing with the community. This is why I'm here to open up the dialogue and to work with everyone here to find a solution that can help move us all forward.
So the questions that I'm getting, and this is the, reason why I didn't want to open up the chat just to have people coming and chatting in, and even allow them to speak, because I know, people are angry. They're hurt. Their trust has been, been defiled. And so, I understand that. And some of the questions and comments and things that I'm getting, just to answer some of the questions outright, we preface this meeting by letting you know that you're not going to walk away with the answer to questions. You're not going to walk away with a solution saying, what day you're going to get your refund, because that's coming to me now. It's like, what day are we going to get our refund? If that's all that you're here for, that's all that you're concerned about, then you can go ahead and leave the call and continue to wait, because we're still working this out. Sam is here to let everybody know that he's here. He's here to work with us through this, through to a solution. Prior to him coming forward, we had nothing. We kept on banging on corporate's door and getting no answers. So now here is Sam to help us with a solution as to, how we can make sure we can bring everybody back to a place of being whole. So we're still working through that. And as he's mentioned, because some people are asking questions, but they're not hearing what Sam is saying. He's telling you right here and outright that, that he's looking for answers as well. There were people that he trusted because he is not familiar with the network marketing or affiliate marketing arena. So therefore, he put people in place to be able to, to kind of oversee that for him, because that's not his area of expertise. Okay, so in doing that, then some things happen along with the market. We know also that the market, though, we're still in a bear market, so that also plays a big role in terms of what happened. When nobody is pointing the finger and saying, there was anything stolen or that, people were thieves. We're not saying that at all. Things happen. The market happened. Things just began to happen, and so here we are. But if you think about the things that have happened and what we've had to deal with, you can look at other platforms and opportunities that has just crashed and burned to this very day. Lots of them, tens and hundreds of them have crashed and burned, and they're gone, and people's money is lost. Not able to log back into their back office or do anything. But that's not the case here. I mean, that could have easily happened here. It could have easily happened here, but it didn't happen here. We're still here. You're still able to log into your back office for whatever that's worth. And then now here we have, the CEO of Hyper Tech Group, here ready to help us come to a solution. So if you want to ask me questions about, I don't want to hear anything except when we're going to get our money back, then this is not the call for you. Go back and sit and continue to wait, because we will come to a resolution. Okay, we will come to a resolution, because that's why Sam is here. That's why we have come together in groups with other leaders, to bring him here. That's why we're having marathon long meetings and conversations, because this is what we're hashing out. And this still needs to be hashed out. So if you're one of those people that want to get off this call to say, okay, well, you know what, on January so-and-so, you're going to be able to hit a button in Hyperverse and get a withdrawal and get your money. That's not going to happen. Okay, that's not going to happen. What we need here is time. We need time to continue figuring out where things are, you know, how things, you know, are the current affairs of how things are, and how are we going to be able to bring people back to a place of wholeness. And Sam is here to add value and